You have to admit, these really are remarkable women, don't you think? Yeah? I think so. But wait, there's more. Next, we're going to tell you about Judy Cameron. As a child in Vancouver, this was Judy's first important ride. Her second important ride came as a university student in 1973. She went up on a Cessna 150 with a private pilot who put the plane through spins, a simulated forced landing, a mid-flight engine stall, and more. She was terrified. She loved it. She left her arts course at UBC and enrolled in the aviation program at Selkirk College, where she was the only woman in a class of 30 aspiring pilots. It was a tough and lonely 2 years, but in 1975, she became the first woman in Canada to graduate in aviation technology. But it was hard to find a job. Over the next 3 years, Judy started with ground-based work, and if she was lucky, she had a chance to be co-pilot on a Twin Otter or King Air. The chief pilot of one company only agreed to hire her because she wouldn't be leaving the company for the airlines, because after all, the airlines didn't hire women. Well, Judy would progress through Cessna 180s, Aztecs, DC-3s, and Hawker Sidleys. She spent a year for an Edmonton-based company in the Northwest Territories, where she flew charter and scheduled services. It was unusual to be flying in it was not unusual to be flying in minus 30-degree temperatures and then loading and unloading cargo. And Judy vividly remembers all those fuel drums. At 24, Judy had paid her dues, and by the time Air Canada hired her as its first woman pilot in 1978, at a time when only 4 in 10 Canadian women worked outside the home, Judy says it was like winning the lottery. For Air Canada, Judy flew the DC-9, this becoming her third most important ride in 1997 when she became a DC-9 captain. She also flew the Lockheed 1011, the Airbus 320, the Boeing 767, and then Judy topped this by becoming the first female captain of a Boeing 777 in Canada. Meanwhile, while flying in Canada and across the world, Judy was bringing up 2 daughters, mostly as a single parent. The girls are now out of university and into professional life, but in earlier years, Judy had to pass up higher-paying routes in order to be at home at night with the children. Inspired by her own single mother's strong support, Judy tells aspiring women, "Be persistent. You can do it. It's worth it." And what follows is the May 2015 CTV News coverage of Judy's retirement from Air Canada after 37 years. Have a look.
This was the reception for Air Canada pilot Judy Cameron as she taxied to the gate one last time. A splash of water as she arrived from Munich. There were celebrations on board as well.
They spoiled me so much. They even presented me with a cake on the way home. But it's bittersweet. It's sad. It's been a wonderful career, and when you love your job so much, it's hard to leave.
Cameron was hired by Air Canada back in 1978 when she was just 24 years old. Cameron's breakthrough as Air Canada's first female commercial pilot was front-page news at the time. According to Stats Canada, in the late 1970s, just 4 in 10 Canadian women worked outside the home. But now, this trailblazer is saying goodbye.
I'm going to really miss my career. I enjoyed it immensely for 37 years. Today was overwhelming. There were so many female pilots that met me on the bridge. There was 19 or 20 of them. That meant a lot to me.
A couple of old friends met Cameron in the terminal. These two have known her since her very first day with Air Canada.
She handled herself incredibly well over the years. She's got an awful lot to be proud of.
Satisfaction in a job well done over 37 years.
Cameron has a message for women looking to break into other male-dominated fields.
Just pursue your dream. Don't let anybody laugh at you or dissuade you.
Cameron says she'd like to see more female pilots in the coming years. Right now, women only represent about 5% of the industry. Ben Mercer, CTV News.
Well, after a total of 40 years in the field of aviation, Judy lives with her husband Ron in Oakville, Ontario, where, among other things, she loves to ride her Honda 750 motorcycle. It stays on the ground. And she's with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Cameron. And presenting her trophy is Maurice Carmichael, our 2013 award winner in the Flight Operations Maintenance category.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for all the wonderful, inspired women that started Northern Lights. It's just wonderful to see an award like this to encourage women in aviation and aerospace. And I just hope that by publicizing my career, I'll be able to encourage a lot of other young women to finally begin flying. I also appreciate the fact that it was actually 2 male Air Canada pilots that nominated me for this award. They weren't able to be here tonight, but it was Captain Clint Ward and Captains Dave Glacier. And also, as Maurice has sort of spoiled my surprise, I'm very happy to say tonight that there's a very special 91-year-old in the audience who also appreciated talking to you earlier. And she's been a lifelong supporter for me. She's an amazing person. As you know, she was a single mom, and she gave me the confidence to feel that I could do anything that I wanted to. She was riding behind me on my motorcycle when I was younger, and she was my first passenger in an airplane. I just want to say thank you, Mom. And incidentally, she was also in the Air Force. She didn't fly. She was 19 and she served behind a desk. So thank you. I'd like to also say thanks to my husband, Ron, who is a retired Air Canada pilot, and he's been a mentor to me throughout my career. And also thanks to my 2 wonderful daughters. You heard about them earlier. They were actually flying with me before they were born, and they remain great travel companions to me in my retirement. And finally, I want to say thanks to Air Canada, because without this progressive airline taking a chance on me when I was 23, I was actually 1 month before I turned 24, back in 1978, I wouldn't have been able to have this remarkable career. It was a great company to work for. I can't thank them enough, and I had the most wonderful job in the world. Thank you.